Wednesday of the Holy Week reflection. Being religious does not mean you're spiritual. Judas had been with the Lord, eating with him, listening to the sermons, and so much in with him, isn't it? But then it happened. It so happened he betrayed the Lord. So you cannot justify your state. You cannot be comfortable in your journey. You have to be ever vigilant of what's happening to you. Because devil is like a roaring lion, roaring, whom to devour. That attack won't end, my dear friends. So that's why in the first reading, each morning he wakes me up to listen to the voice. The Lord God has given me a tongue of those who are taught, that I may know how to sustain with the word him who is weary. And I have to sustain the weary. Morning by morning, he awakens my ear to hear those who are taught. The morning and after morning, each morning, it's important that you tune yourself to the voice of the Father. It's important. Otherwise, you will lose track. It's dangerous, my dear friends. So it happened with Judas. It happened step by step. It's like a cancer. One cell will spread and kill you completely. In John chapter 12, when he was anointed in Bethany, it is said when he saw 300 silver coins were wasted with a broken alabaster container. When Mary anointed the Lord with alabaster, such one of the most expensive perfumes that time, ointments that time. So he saw it's wasting. She's wasting. She could have sold it and get 300 silver coins and serve the poor. The word says, not because he loved the poor, because he's a thief. He used to steal things from the pocket. So why he is stealing? Because there is some vacuum where the Lord cannot fill. There is some distance where he begin to not enjoy Lord. I mean, his joy is not Jesus. And what happens? When his joy is not the Lord, joy, J-O-Y, Jesus first, others second, you last. So Jesus is not the first. So what? He went to the high priest. He went to the high priest and said, chief priest, and said, what will you give me? See the word. What will you give me if I deliver him to you? So I am ready to sell my Lord if you give me something. Aren't we do this, the same thing in our life? That we sell the Lord because of my lust? That I sell the Lord because of my relationship? That I sell the Lord, isn't it, because of my addiction? That I give the first place not to the Lord. How do you give the first place to the Lord? Keeping a statue in front of you and keeping the statue at the top of your wall? No. It's by giving the first and the best place in your life. Starting with your day. Each and every morning, he wakes you up. First and the best time for the Lord. And it has a time of hearing. You should hear him if you want to speak. Now Judas is deviated, going away from the Lord little by little, which is quite dangerous, which can happen to us. In 1 Samuel chapter 15 it is said, God was discouraged. He was sad that he appointed Saul as the first king. And today he's saying, better. But woe to the man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been better for that man if he had not been born. What a dangerous thing, isn't it? It happens day, one step by step, day by day. Each and every morning he should wake you up. Wake you up to listen to him. And it is a journey. And then what happened? In that listening, the Lord God has opened my ear, and I was not rebellious. I turned not backwards. I gave my back to those who strike, and my cheeks to those who pull out my beard. I hid not my face from disgrace and spitting. So with that inner voice, you hear him with obedience. You obey the word, though it's painful. He gives you strength, isn't it? So see the relationship. But the Lord God helps me. Therefore I have not been discouraged. Therefore I have set my face like flint. And I know that I shall not be put to shame. He who vindicates me is near. Who will contend with me? Let us stand up together, my Lord and myself. Let's stand up together. My dear friends, so it's a journey together with my Lord. So think about your life. Where are your interests? What do you like most? It's high time. High time. We are entering Triduum tomorrow. High time we realize that I begin to like that person more than Jesus. I begin to give more time for that chatting. I begin to give more time for that sin, for this attachment. So think about it. Don't play with sin. Don't toy with sin. Samson never thought Delilah would betray. He was confident. Herod was completely destroyed by Herodias. It can happen to you. It can happen to you, my dear friends. So Jesus, he came to a point where he completely betrayed the Lord. So Jesus is helping him. Jesus never left him. Jesus could have thrown him away. But then he invited him for the last meal. So he sought opportunity to betray him. What will you give me if I deliver him over to you? And they paid him 30 pieces of silver, which is exactly the price of a slave. This is all symbolical. It has deep meaning. Jesus is going to be a slave for you and for me. He wanted to ransom us in. Where would you have prepared? Then they were seated at the Last Supper. When it was evening, he reclined at table with the 12, and they were very sorrowful because he said, one of them going to betray him. And they were sorrowful and began to say to him, one after the other, is it I, Lord? Which is important, isn't it? That you think about you. Think about you. Is it I that examine you? Lord. They all ask, Lord Adonai, which is God. Is it I, Lord? But then see, Judas, who would betray him, answered, is it I, Rabbi? Not Lord. Rabbi. Teacher, is it I? That Lord is no more. Jesus is not his Lord, my dear friends. He's just a teacher. So that can happen to you. It can happen to me. So we have to be very, really careful about that's why we have to examine in our conscience daily. That are we deviating from him? Are we going away from him? Am I losing the taste of my Jesus? Am I losing my interest? Am I losing the joy with him? Is he my priority, first in my list and the best in my time? Think about it, because it's dangerous. Woe to the person. The Son of Man goes as it is written of him. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. Jesus will definitely go on the journey, but the one who is betraying. Never underestimate what Judas did to Jesus. It's the most terrible sin ever. It can happen to you. Be careful. Amen. May God bless you.